Alright, so I've got a new watch here to try out. Just got this today. I've not unboxed it yet. This is a $43 smartwatch, and it's something I'm pretty interested in. I've come from a Motorola Gen 2 360 watch. I also have the Apple iWatch Series 3. So I'm just kind of curious to see what a $43 watch is going to do for me. I mostly use it to track fitness and make sure I'm hitting my numbers each day. I also really like the fact that you get notifications on this. Now, this particular watch also boasts the same features. With all-day battery life, it will do your notifications from your phone. Oops. It will also do sleep monitoring, which is also pretty cool. So let's go ahead and crack into this. Again, for $43, your typical Apple Watch is going to be more like $400. So this is, about a tenth of the price of an Apple Watch. So right out of the gate, this thing is big. So I'm going to take my Apple Watch off to show a comparison here. Go ahead and get this out of here. We've got a micro USB. Oh, let's look. This might actually be a proprietary cable. Yep, it is a proprietary cable. It is a USB, but it does have a little magnetic charge there, which is cool. But for size comparison, this is the 42 millimeter. This is the big Apple Watch. And compared to this thing, this Series 10 here is quite big. One thing I do really like about it is the band. I had to buy an aftermarket band that looks somewhat professional that I could use at my day job. But here I see they send it with a very cool, very sleek, like satin black wristband, which is really, really neat. So I'm assuming what we're going to have to do here is charge this up. It does also come with a user manual, so that's pretty cool. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop the screen protector off. And that looks really good. So let's go ahead and just hold down one of these buttons and see what we get. See if we can get it to fire up. It is bulky though. I will say that. This is definitely bulky. It doesn't weigh a lot. There we go. It is firing up. So if you can see that. I always thought the Apple Watch was pretty bulky, but as a size comparison, it's definitely got some chunk to it. So I'm going to go ahead and get this paired up with my phone, and we're just going to see what this thing does. I'm going to test it out. I'm going to take off the Apple Watch for a while. I'm going to wear this exclusively and see what my thoughts are on it. Alright, so I opened up the instruction manual, and it looks like we should be able to just scan a QR code here. So we are going to see how easy this is. Sure enough. Alright, so after about a minute there, we got the app set up. We're going to try and get this on. And I can already tell this band is way, way too loose. So we are going to probably have to take some pins out of it and tighten that up some. But for this video here, let's just get this going. This does have a tap to wake function, which is pretty neat. I'm going to get to device management. So lift wrist to brighten the screen. Again, this is going to be a little bit hard to do until I get this. There we go. So that feature now works. Continuous heart rate monitoring, do not disturb, alarm clock setting, time format, so we can go and click it over to 12-hour format. Update, so it looks like we do have an update, and now it's switched over to the 12-hour format. Pretty neat. So I'm going to just kind of play around with this for a while and then report back. So something kind of weird just happened with this. I was just cleaning the watch face, and it changed watch faces on me, and it reset my step counter for the day. So that's kind of an odd thing. You would not expect the step counter to reset just by cleaning, the watch face. So I'm sure something kind of reset and got goofy there. That's the first time I've seen that in a day of use. Alright, so after wearing this watch for a full day, I can say that it is definitely not as good as something as high-end as an Apple Watch or a Motorola watch. There are definitely some shortcomings. The first and foremost is this display is just as wide as this square here. You'd think it'd be the whole bezel, basically, this whole circular part, but it is not. It just goes on that square. So that's one big drawback to this. The charging is a little bit goofy. You have to have it in the right orientation for it to charge, but I do like that it is wireless, which is pretty cool. The build quality of the watch seems fairly good as well. You know, for a $40 watch, there's no issues there. All these buttons feel very good. I've got no complaints there whatsoever. The interface is also very easy to figure out. So we've got a menu button. That basically takes you through your different menu options. And I will say that the steps seem to be pretty accurate, as well as the heart rate monitor seems to be pretty accurate. So as far as the basic functions of this watch, if you just need a good overall health tracker, this will do a pretty good job for you. And it also boasts pretty good battery life as well. So easily you can expect to get a few days out of it for sure. They're advertising even more than that. One other drawback is the size of this. This is much thicker than a typical sports band, or if you are used to a Fitbit or anything smaller. This is pretty chunky, but it does look good. I mean, overall, this is a very good looking watch for the price. One other thing I would not advise to get is this metal band. I have a good amount of experience taking these links out and resizing, and I had the hardest time getting these to go back in, and you can kind of see how that silver spot right there did not want to recess all the way in, and I was beating that with a hammer, and I just had a heck of a time getting those in. I actually kind of broke this one here, so I would recommend one of the other band options for sure. So to sum it up, this is a good watch for $43. No real complaints as far as that goes. But if you do have the money for something like an Apple Watch, I would highly recommend that over something like this. But overall, like I say, not a bad watch for the money. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more videos, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you.